So today I want to welcome all of the listeners, today or tonight, depending on where in the world you are, to the Women in Power webinar. My name is Charlotte Reini Beverdam, and I'm from Denmark, hosting this webinar together with Jannicke Hage from Norway. And we have technical support, and we're very happy for that, from Katrin Wittmer. So we're not going to do everything by ourselves. Today the topic is about responsibility as a leader, and we are going to talk about this subject with no less than Reini Beverdam from Netherlands, or actually Germany. Reini is a diamond, and she, as she sells herself, she's living her dream life now in Germany. And she's been a teacher for 25 years in the Netherlands, and wanted something better for herself. So for me, Reini is an amazing woman. I'm not a part of her team, but I think her team will say the same. I'm so fortunate that I met Reini about 8 months ago through some leader webinars, and I have learned a lot from Reini already, so I'm really looking forward to learning some more tonight. So let's start on the topic, Reini. I know you have brought along someone from the team, and so let's hear what you and Lisbeth thinks about being responsible. How and when do we become responsible, or when are we going to do that? So over to you, Reini.
Okay. Yeah, for me, responsibility means first that I have to take the responsibility for myself, for my own life, my own health, my own happiness, because otherwise I cannot help anyone. So by working with a team, by working with a bigger team worldwide, I feel that I'm responsibility to take the best out of my days, out of my time, and to still be open to willing to learn. And I feel the same thing with Lisbeth. We work already for years now together, and we learned a lot from each other. We talked also a lot as women. I think we do that naturally, about how do you feel, how do you do this, how do you think we can help this or that person the best way. And for me, responsibility is to see the people in a process and really becoming leaders. And to become a leader, you have to lay a foundation. And I think, Lisbeth, that is something we talked a lot about the last year.
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did, Reini. It's so nice to be on this call. Thanks for inviting me here.
Yes, I really looking forward to this talk with so many women all around the world, to see what makes a difference between men and women, and how do we see the responsibilities. And we talked about it, and we have the feeling that what we really like in doing this work, and how we feel responsible for the people in our team, is to help them with the process from the start, to make a foundation so they can grow. And like plants or trees, some are growing very fast, some it takes a lot of time and energy, but to really have the presence of someone who is growing and to see how they share it with us, I think that's the biggest present for me as a person I can have. So that's why I feel also the responsibility to do what I can, and not only in my own team, but also if there are others, because I see the whole Nikken family as one team who wants to do something for people in one of the 5 pillars, all of the 5 pillars. It doesn't matter. I still can be happy if someone is giving him or herself a present with one of our products, and there it starts. So I also took it as a responsibility to be open for my team for new things they are coming with. So not thinking, okay, I know it, but to see what do they want. And especially I'm now very interested in the younger people, what they want, how they see our business. And when one of our team was asking for this kind of webinars and was asking for doing things on Skype, I was not so open that I thought, oh, I can do that. But I was always willing to say, okay, if we can do that, where are the other people in our team, or where are other people in the world who are doing this, and how can we work together? And Lisbeth, maybe you can share something, because it started in your team, the asking of doing webinars, the asking of working together with ABCs on Skype. So maybe you can tell how it impacts you.
Yeah, I find this topic about responsibility really interesting, because I remember so well when I started with Nikken some years ago, that for me the hardest thing was to feel responsibility to share myself with others. Because now I know that that is real responsibility, that when I share what I'm good at with others, we can learn together. And that is, now it feels like normal to share and to be responsible together with others. But that was really something difficult for me in the beginning. I have been in management for many years, like 25 years before I became an entrepreneur. And managing stuff, I was always the one who said yes or no, or I was the judge in everything. And so it took me a while to be an open person, and that we can manage stuff together. And this is also what I love about the Nikken family. And in the beginning, for me, I thought the Nikken family, I thought it was a bit of a dirty word to me, because family is difficult stuff. So this was in my mind then. And it's so wonderful to be a part of this global family. And it is so exciting that it is tangible on Facebook, on the phone, on Skype, on these web, so much more tangible that we are in this one big family or network. It's of course the same, but the word family is used a lot in Nikken, and it is a good word, because it's true. We are really connected from heart to heart. So now that I hear myself talking, it's amazing every time again that it is as it is. It is a heart-to-heart family with people who are all in their own unique way learning about this responsibility. And I was very thrilled when one of my team members was, let's say, being stubborn about it. For hey, we have to go do this on the web. And now we are on the web, and we can share so much more than we did before. So I'm happy about it, and it's also for me like an easy thing. I have a husband who is in IT, and he could assist me learning stuff, and it was easy, sort of. And if you do it together, it's easy.
Thank you, Lisbeth. Wonderful. Really looking back, and now so much change in the last year, 2 years. It's really amazing. And the importance of teamwork, we can see it here now. And not our own team, but the whole team in the world. I really am very happy with this. And we always said, team is together, everyone achieves more, and this is really an example that it did. And not only with this, but also with the Humans Being More training, with doing a 21 club, with doing ABCs. You cannot do it on your own. You really need to be willing to open and to learn to work together. And that is not always an easy thing, but we can learn it.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I also see as a responsibility as a leader to be at events as much as possible, to be at the Humans Being More as much as possible. I think I did it 35 times in the last 13 years, and I still like it. And if I cannot join, I always like to be there at the end, to see the happy faces, to see the life cycle plans, to see the emotions coming out. So yeah, that's also one thing I see as a responsibility, to be there as much as I can, and also to look in my in Nikken, in my mind Nikken, to see what is happening in my team. Where are the people coming that are new? Where are the new ranks coming? Can I help them? Even if I don't know them because they are far away and not direct, I always try to figure out who are they, where can I be of help. And yeah, that for me is also a responsibility. And also to work with the leaders in my team to share, how is it with you, how is it with your team, what can we do. And I think that's also of great value. For instance, Lisbeth and I, when we are talking, we are always talking, how can we help them, what can we do? And we are also celebrating together. Lisbeth, can you share what you did last Saturday, I think it was?
Yeah.
When I opened my computer, I saw a mail from you, and can you share what it was?
Well, that was, of course, the mail of this new male team member, who, after a beautiful process of teamwork, after some talks with you, with Chris Gullo, and with someone in my team on my front line, and this guy joined us with his whole heart. So yeah, what I did on Saturday was I had a glass of champagne to celebrate, yeah, the fact that a new team member came along, and it was also nice to share that. So this email of yes, he joined us and he's enthusiastic and we already love the guy, was sent all over the world, to you and to Chris Gallo, to my team member Han Bevalda, and we were happy together, and we were sort of, you were happy to read it, and all of a sudden we were on Skype together celebrating. So that was so much fun, and that's how it works. It's a personal business, and we can be this personal and get to know each other so well, and even when we cannot be in the same room together. It's such an exciting time on this globe. I love it.
Yes, thank you, Lisbeth. That was a great moment, and that are the moments that I, as an upline, am so happy, and especially because after a few minutes we were all on Skype and talking together and really celebrating. And I think celebrating is also one of the things I really like to do. In my own life with my husband Rob, we celebrate every evening what was good at the day, what did we learn that day. In the team also, from the beginning on, I always was telling the people, celebrate every little success, because if you celebrate your success, it means you are grateful for what you learned, what is happening, and then the universe always is giving you more because you are such a great celebrator of life. So we really like to celebrate in our team, and I like to give little presents, or sending a card, or a nice mail, or picking up the phone, or something like this. So that is also one of the things I see as my responsibility, to to let them know that I see what they are doing, that I'm with them, and that I'm there to help if they need me. Then I think what we set on our list for tonight was keeping appointments and follow-up, and I think that is one of the greatest things I see where we really can achieve more together if we learn that. Because what I see in my team, that most of the people learn to talk to people, learn to set up a call or Skype, or really meet each other in live. So making appointments, I do not see that as something that a lot of people in my team are struggling with. Maybe when they start, but they came over it. But then the follow-up is really something that they lose energy, that they wait too long to do the follow-up, that they are not really knowing what do I do with the follow-up, because they are, it seemed, a little bit afraid to ask the other people, what do you want? Maybe they say no, but that's okay. Then you have at least an answer. Maybe they want a product, maybe they need more information, and maybe they are really at one point, like last Saturday in the team of Lisbeth, that one said, yes, I want to join you, and I want to order, and I want my Vital Day Pack, and I want also to give rollout. So this is what I want. But if you don't ask people, then it can take a long time. And Lisbeth, I want to ask you, do you see, now we focused, also we did that together in a Skype call, that we said we have to focus more on the follow-up and to learn our people to follow up. Do you see already a difference?
Yes, I do see that, also because my focus is more on that now. And I remember so well when I started myself with Nikken that I really had to learn that process. I mean, for me, it's easy to connect with someone and to be enthusiastic, you know. And I always get comments like, wow, you're a fantastic seller. And I don't know about this. I do know that I can be very enthusiastic, but that does not mean that we can really have a long-term connection or long-term teamwork. So this follow-up is so important. And I feel that in the follow-up, it is that we and our team members, we really open up to the new person, because I think it's sort of easy to just be enthusiastic, but in the follow-up, the difficult questions come, and the other person, the new person, opens up. He most of the time tells us a bit more about what he or she needs in his life, and you know, the real work starts there, and it's a magical process. So the opening up, when I open my heart, my follow-up is better, and of course I have to get more experience. So I'm learning my team members this, and I want to be responsible, so I want to be there with them to have nice follow-ups. It's a precious, magical process. It's very important.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
and another thing, Reini, is that the follow-up is, most of my team members did not say yes in one follow-up. So maybe it's, you know, 2 times or maybe 6 times that we talk. And so patience is a good thing. And just be open, because if another follow-up is needed, so, well, why not? I like to think that I have all the time in the world. I'm going to be 150 years old, I think. So I have all the time in the world. And I love to take the time as well. And then the connection is so much deeper.
Yes, I think that's really one of the things we all can check when we do a follow-up, when we are talking with people, that we really are relaxed, open, and that we have the time. Because I think one of the biggest presents we can give to presents and we can get is the time of each other, that we really are listening to each other. And it's really a nice example that the person who signed up with all his heart, who really knew what he wanted, had a wonderful ABC with Chris Culler, had it with you, had it with Han, had it with me. So he already knew a lot of people from our team, and he had a very good feeling, and he did ask different questions to different people, and then he had really the trust to say, okay, this is what I want, and I want to start now. So wonderful. And that is, I think, the global team support. And not only in Holland, but also worldwide. And I also liked it that there was, I don't know when it was, Charlotte, that you asked me to do a Skype with one of your people. It was.
That's true. Yeah,
And
it's nice that you. Oh, it's nice
yeah,
that you can use crossline work as well. And we talked about that last month too with Judy Boga, and it's really nice that the world is coming together now as one big Nikken team, Nikken family, as Lisbeth said, instead of just thinking your own group. So yeah, I was really happy that you wanted to talk to a person in Holland, because you know the market down there, and it's just so much easier. So yeah.
Yes, and really, I think that's the feeling, and maybe that's also what women like, to sit together and to talk about things like health, like children, what can we do for the world. So Skype is feeling for me like drinking a cup of tea together with one of my best friends, and sitting together and see how we can help each other. And it's really a big opportunity now with Skype. And I also like about the global business, the global network, that we have friends all over the world. So we can travel to Japan or to the US or to Denmark or to Norway, but there are always friends who can help us, not only private if we want to see the best things in that town or that country, but also if we meet on our holidays people who want to join Nikken or want to know more, that we can ask them, please, can you help me? Can you do that ABC for me? So I think this is wonderful to work together, to face our fears, and to see, because I think it's always fears that are in our way, so we are not successful. And together, it's easier to overcome your fears or to ask someone to help you with that. And the celebrating thing, the fun thing. I never learned so much about people in the last years because I'm doing Nikken. Before I was always interested in children, in people. I really wrote a lot of books about that. I was coaching people, but this way it's really unique. It's something that I never saw before that, and it took me a few years to realize what was happening, what was the difference. And I think for Lisbeth it was the same. So to the people who just started, or people who are sometimes stuck and you are not in that flow, I think that's also a big responsibility for an upline, to never give up. Even if it's not going so well with you or someone in your team, don't give up, because there's such a big why that started nearly 40 years ago in Japan with Masuda, to do something for the world. Not for yourself, not for only the people you know nearby, but for everyone, and to learn to give your energy on that and to learn together. Lisbeth, you talked already a little bit about what you did and how different it is from Nikken, but are there things you really have the feeling that you learned specifically by doing Nikken?
Well, to be an entrepreneur in Nikken, I like to invite people to look at the Nikken opportunity as entrepreneurs, as ondernemers, as we say in Dutch. And I had to learn this trade to be an entrepreneur. And where in the world, as an entrepreneur, do you find so many supporters? So that's really fantastic that in this network, our Nikken network, the support is amazing. And so that is so different. And that really made a big difference for me, because I was looking back, tired of working alone. And I love my team. And I love discovering myself in my team. And, you know, joining the HBM a few times a year with my team members, it deepens my knowledge and my contact with myself. and it changes and it evolves. It's really something special. And outside of Nikken, I also have a lot of contacts, and I meet a lot of entrepreneurs who have other businesses. But you know, I know they benefit from my experience in Nikken and my personal growth in Nikken. Other entrepreneurs, and maybe they don't know it, but I hear it a lot. They benefit from my experience in Nikken, and it makes me really happy because I share the vision of Masuda. I love this company, but you know, maybe the most I love to share myself and to just give away what I have. And it all comes together in Nikken. It's fantastic.
Yeah, there are you with your team.
Yeah, that's a lovely picture.
It's really, really wonderful to see. And that was right after the humans being more. And there were a lot of ahas for the newcomers. It was really wonderful to see. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yes, and I think that is also one of the things I like so much, because there are always new people coming in and they bring their own energy, their own knowledge, and you always can learn from the newcomers in your team. I think
absolutely.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have such a nice new view and see things you never saw in all those years. So that's always nice to talk to them and to see what their dreams are. I think that's also one of the responsibilities, to keep my dreams high, so I have always something to aim for, but also to help the people in my team to see their dreams and to, if they are stuck, if they do not know how to go on, to remember the humans being more. So take your life cycle plan. What are your dreams? What can we do? And to learn from the idea from Kaizen, make a little step. And also in my personal life, it is always helping me to start with a little thing, and then another thing, and another thing. And I like to make lists, and then to see, oh, I already did this, I did this, I did this. So that's also the thing why I like the name list, why I like to start with people with 5 or 10 names, talk about that people. Why do you want them to be in your team? What do you see as their talents? What do they need? How can we help them? So working with lists, with little plans, and start somewhere is really keeping up the energy. Because doing nothing and then start again, that is costing a lot of energy. So doing every day a little bit is really doing more than one day you work for 8 or 10 hours and then you are so tired you're doing nothing. So what I always learn for myself is keep up the energy and do everything a little bit, and put reminders. My life cycle plan is most I have a lot of them, but they are everywhere, and now I have one with me. Dreams can come true, doors are opening, a place to dream, harmony, lots of fun, and I think these are the things that can keep you going, because everyone in life, that's life. Sometimes it's really fun and sometimes it's a little bit harder, but then you need the people around you, you need your life cycle plan, your big dreams, and especially your big why. Lisbeth, maybe I can ask you, because you are always so to the point, why are you doing Nikken? What's your why?
Yeah, and then I find myself that I have to think about it.
You don't think
so. No, yeah, no. You know, it's very simple. I'm doing Nikken because I want to shine. That's all.
Yeah.
And also thinking back, looking back, and when I let it pass through me, what Nikken, like even just the products, what that meant to me for the quality in my life, well, that's amazing enough for one lifetime. but it's even more than that. So yeah, I'm doing Nikken because I'm here to shine, and it is so easy to to shine in this lovely environment. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for this vibe of champagne in my veins, and to feel fantastic and help others feel fantastic.
Wonderful, Lisbeth.
I think that sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we all want, and I found that today when I was looking at some books, and I was looking in the Six Figures book that a lot of you already worked in and talked about together, and then the little thing what was there, what really gives me the feeling yes, that is what that is why I am doing Nikken, and it really is a little bit the same as by Lisbeth, but drop a little sunlight in their lives, so in people's life, believe in what they can achieve and experience the excitement of them achieving their hopes and dreams. And I think that is the most wonderful thing. It's really nice to be successful yourself, and if you take your steps and you have the results, but it's so wonderful to see your people, your team members growing, making the steps, becoming silver, becoming gold, going on at events. If they are really coming up and share their stories, that's, as an upline, that's one of the most wonderful things.
Reini?
And yeah.
That brings me back, because when we talked about this topic about responsibility, we talked about, as a leader, you have the responsibility to teach your team to spread their wings and fly out of their own.
Yeah.
Of course, they have the support system, but yeah, how do we do that? How you mentioned the checklist, having a plan, and I know that you mentioned you have a list, but you don't only have a list for yourself, you also have a checklist for your downline to say, okay, if you're going to do this, you're going to do A, B, C, D, and so on. So it's people are able to duplicate it.
Yes, and that was one of the things I had to learn, because in the beginning I was so enthusiastic and I really want to help everyone, and I was really running around, riding around all over Holland, helping people. And now I know helping too much is also something you have to learn as a leader, to take the responsibility, to let them learn to do their own things. And if it's going wrong, then that is sometimes the most wonderful experience, because then they learn to help the coming people in their team. So now I am so happy that in the last years I really learned them how to do it, and to be there as a coach. I am there to help, but not doing everything. And now with Skype and yeah, I'm living now 5-6 hours away from Holland, so I cannot be there immediately or something like that. And I see a lot of them really doing their own presentations, doing their own things, their ABCs. Sometimes I see a lot of activity, and I was not even aware that they were doing that. So it's so wonderful to see that they can do it themselves, that they are signing people up. And yeah, that was really something I had to learn. And so now I have my energy open, and I am starting now with new people here who are living now in this environment. And because of what I learned, I am now more able to help them quicker to do it themselves. So that's also wonderful. And also something I had to overcome, to talk in my new language, in German, to learn to give the presentation in another language. In the beginning it is scary, and I thought, oh, I don't know the words and how can I do it, but I just started. And I think that is also one of the things. If you have fear, it's normal, but don't let the fear get in your way so you do not do it. I learned with fear, I also can do the things, and mostly in a few minutes it's going away, and you have a wonderful evening, and the people are happy, and the people here like that I do not speak perfect German, so it's okay. That was what you meant,
Yeah.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
that I
Yeah,
now
for
have
sure.
more my arms free for new people?
Yeah, but also that you move to a new place, a new country, and if you would have been a leader doing everything for your team, then your whole team would just go away after a short while when you're not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And that is what we see often. You go in to an area and you start something up, and only when you are present something happens, and then you go home and they will be fired up next time you get there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
by
it's
doing
about the
that, and
responsibility.
I learned a lot from that, Charlotte. In the beginning, I thought if people are inspired and they are smiling and they know what you mean, they will also doing it. Now I know I can inspire people, and Lisbeth can it too. She's also an enthusiastic person, but we cannot motivate people to come out of their beds and do the things they have to do to become successful. So that's, I think, one of the the things we all have to learn, that we have to motivate ourselves. And I am only motivated to do the things I have to do because of the big why in my heart, because I love living, I love learning, I love to work with people together, and that's what helps me if there is fear in me, and to start the new things here. And it's giving such a good feeling that I'm able to learn new things even when I'm over 60. I still am learning, and that's wonderful. So like Lisbeth, I want to become very, very old, and I think we can with all the lovely Nikken products, but also with the good energy. I think that's also one of the things. If we have a good energy, if we are happy, it's much easier to pick up the telephone. It's much easier to do an ABC. And if we have low energy, then it's really hard work.
Yeah, that's true. But time is flying, so
yes, I see.
and that is good, because then you're just talking from the heart. So that's nice. So do you have some last comments, some good advice for all these great leaders on the call to take with them this final minutes on this webinar?
Yes, I want to say to everyone, be proud of yourself that you took the possibility to do something, to do work that makes you proud, that you are really stepping out of your comfort zone, because most of the people are not doing what we are doing. And be happy that you are part of a worldwide team and that we can learn together. And take every day 1 or 2 steps, and start working together much more than we ever did, and let all of us make our dreams bigger, because I think we just started together to work with Skype, to work this way. And I'm looking forward to the coming years, what will happen if we really dream bigger and are more working together, not only in our own places but really worldwide.
Yeah, sounds really good.
I think that's very good, Reini.
Sorry? Or Janneke.
Hi. What did you say? I didn't hear it. Hello? Reini?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, what did you say? I didn't hear exactly what you said.
I heard that it was another voice, so I was saying, hey, who is it? Who is talking?
Oh, right. It might have been me. I was just going to say that, thank you for those advices and so on. And I think you mentioned some really great things, the thing of being an example to your people, and also the fact of celebrating with your people. You mentioned to Charlotte and me before all the little things that you do. You mentioned some of the things here now. And also the fact of really being genuinely interested in people and a good listener. Because people want to be seen and they want to be appreciated and feel important, and we can help them there, and help them, as you've been saying, with their dreams and with really finding out their why. And then what you've been doing is all these little steps that have now turned into duplication. And I also like the fact of don't let fear get in the way, but have fun along the way, because it's very much about that. So, yeah. And I like your input, and also from you, Lisbeth. Just to finalize here, the webinar will be recorded, or is recorded, and it will be put out on the Royal Alliance's YouTube site. So, if any of you who've listened in would like to listen to it again, or would like to send it out to people in your downline or other people, then you can go there and find it. And then as for the next webinar, you will find information on the Royal Alliance's website on that. So just stay tuned there. And Reini and Lisbeth, thank you very much for being our special guest host and special guest today. That was very, very, very nice. Thank you.